Alright, so tonight, I'm going to break down the process of selecting oils for a particular potion, tonic, cream, whatever word you really want to use for these things. I mean, potion would be more so drinking, and even some tonics would be considered internal, or digestion or things of that nature. But really, it could be a topical tonic to the skin. As you can see, I'm semi-oiled up fighting this sunburn. But this particular recipe here, I have a journal I keep, and in the journal I keep a legend. So if anyone reads this and for some reason I can't explain, or they're just reading it, they'll at least have something they can some symbols they can follow, and kind of keeps it organized and keeps an order within the text. But multiple recipes, these asterisks are strength, 2 being moderate, general use, good for most people, might be iffy with children and pregnant women and whatnot, women, but 3 being the strongest, 3 asterisks being the strongest, 1 being weaker. I still have more I need to label on other recipes, but there's a decent amount here that's been made. But this particular really cream is an anti-aging cream that I'm making for someone, and they had asked me. I only have 3. These 3 are enough. This is really all you need, but I have 3 carrier oils: avocado, some coconut, and then downstairs in the kitchen I have some extra virgin olive oil. But this person asked me to use avocado, so that is what I'm going to use. And this is a 1 ounce UV coated dropper / jar, glass container, just bottle. So you can get a pack of these. Like, it came in this box. I got it off Amazon for less than like $10, I think, for six of these. I can show you some more too. These are, actually, what's used to stand up the phone right now is 2 bottles. 2 bottles of 4 ounce jars, which are much bigger. Much bigger. Let me turn this off. Don't need anything conditioning the air right now. This is ooh. Hold up, let me smell the other. Damn. I actually can't tell because they're so close which one's really which. Okay. Wait. I'm pretty sure this one is this the cologne? Nah, I don't think this is a bug spray / skincare. It's got blue tansy and a lot of other things. Same thing with this, but this is a cologne. It smells wonderful. Put it on your clothes instead of spraying yourself. But I mean, you could put that in a spray bottle, spray it on yourself. Alright, so you want to get something like this, just so you know your measurements. And that's why I keep a journal, to keep track of everything, to make sure as stated with the legend, that there's order. There needs to be order. And I mean, if there's not, you can mess a lot of things up. Like the blending chart here lets you know how much of a specific oil you'll put in to a certain amount of size. So for 3.5 ounces, if you want 1% of an essential oil, that's 21 drops. If you want 2%, that's 42 drops. If you want 3%, 63. So on and so forth. If you want 1 ounce, so if it's just a 1 ounce like this is a 1 ounce. 1% of the oil in here would be 6 drops. 2% would be 12. 3% is 18 drops. So 1 ounce is ideal if you want to like save your oils, kind of, because it doesn't take a lot of droppage and you can really make a very potent oil and a potent blend, I mean, in these. But either way, I mean, I can show you the broken one. I can show you a broken one because this got mangled or something in my bag. But this is what the blue one looks like. This is a 4 ounce, so this is big. That's what's holding up the phone right now. 2 different bottles. So yeah, this just actually got more messed up, but yep. And we just dropped it. Oh boy. Whew. Alright. I need a towel. Probably some water or something. Because this decent amount of oil that just spilled, man. I made a mistake. Didn't trust my judgment. And now, got oil all over the place. Alright. I'll clean that up momentarily. Let it soak up. Alright. So, now that that occurred, so with any blend, in any kind of anything like this, any aromatherapy or making herbal tonics and things of that nature, you must study. Like, here's an example right here in this book. So you flip through the introduction, you get to a point where it says care oils. That's just the heading. Then it says essential oils are too concentrated to use alone. For instance, it takes 200 pounds, 90 kilograms, of rose petals to extract just 1 ounce, 30 milliliters of rose Otto oil. A single drop of peppermint oil is the equivalent of 28 cups of peppermint tea. So that shows you right there, you can't just put a bunch of some of this stuff on your hand and just like rub it on your body. You can, you know, I mean, you can do anything in this world, but that doesn't mean that there will not be consequences. So just be cautious with that and make sure. Here's another section where it says precautions. Some skin is more sensitive than others, and some essential oils can be harsh when undiluted. Always do a skin patch test on your skin before applying them. So it lets you know here, like, you know, it's a lot of things to study, and just to make sure that you're not being ignorant of and not dismissing. And not even dismissing, just be aware, because there's a lot. Alright, so we're going to pour some of this here avocado oil into this is 1/4 of a cup, so that's 59.16 milliliters, it says. So pretty much 60 milliliters, which is double the size of that dropper, that jar I have in front of me. Let's pour it up pretty much full. We're not even going to use all that, but I'll pour it back into the avocado cup. It's good to have a little bit extra, just so you have room to work with. Alright, so the purpose of the journal. You write down It's just to keep track of information, really. But so this is the way I do it. I put a heading and everything. I don't put my name or nothing because you don't need to. You know who you are. And then I just put it as topic or tonic / potions. And then of course the date. So by now it's probably the 30. Is it the 31st? Let me check. I want to put the right date. Oh, it's still the 30th. It's 11:54, so. Oh. Alright. So, after you put your title and everything, you want to write down whatever the potion is going to be used for. Potion / again, tonic, cream, whatever you want to use, and whatever your term of use is and application. So, anti-aging / skincare. Alright. Then underneath of that, of whatever you're using it for, put the size. Just so you know when you look back how much you used of what, and you have everything measured. It's good to keep measurements of things like this. Some things in life you want to measure, others you don't. Measurement can mean death in some scenarios. Oh, it can feel like death. So now, after you write the size, underneath that, constituents. Now, constituents, I use a little loosely in this journal, recipe book, whatever words you want to put. But constituents is just, think of the Constitution. If you're in America, you have the constitutors, which wrote the Constitution and gave you rights. So you have, they gave it to the constituents. Constituents is the people the rights belong to. So constituents in this manner is just everything that belongs in the blend. It's the order of ingredients, just the ingredients. Mind you, there's constituents in here, there's constituents in here, there's constituents in each and every individual essential oil here. So constituents in the book is kind of used loosely. Really, it could just be ingredients, but I like the word constituents just because it's used a lot in this terminology and it fits better. But I mean, I have almost 20. There's like 15 oils in front of me, so there's a lot, and there's hundreds more of oils out there. So they all have constituents and chemicals and ingredients that make them up. That's all that is with constituents. Nothing crazy. But constituents, so for this, now we're going to do some research, and we're going to look up oils and their benefits and anti-aging properties of certain oils. That's what we're looking for. This book, I recommend, if you just search up the author's name right there, it is Angela Avizianis. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's Audra. I was reading it upside down, so I messed it up. But I'll spell it out. AUDRA AVZIANIS. Izienis. It's a good book. Tells you a lot. And it breaks it down too pretty simply. And it tells you origins, benefits, how to deliver or use, popular uses. It gives you a lot. So, first thing we're going to start off with, just because I've been using this oil lately and I know it can be used for skincare, is benzoin. Benzoin oil. I hope that's how you pronounce that, but hope is hope. You know or you don't. But benzoin, benzoin has tons of uses, but all of these things have a multitude of uses for the most part. But benzoin oil is a tall, I'm not sure what that is, but it's a tall tree that belongs to the silver bells family, which is Staudaceae or Staudaceae, and reaches 70 feet to 21 meters in height. Indigenous to the warm climates in Southeast Asia, benzoin is now cultivated in warm climates worldwide. It's the sap. I think that is what is used. So, benzoin oil can be used as a mouthwash, helps heal asthma, bronchitis, cold sores, colds, coughs, eczema, gout, poor circulation, psoriasis, scars, stress, and warts. So it's got a multitude of uses. Let me look at the benefits here again. I think we'll put a benzoin. I'll just word to the wise and anyone playing with these things, playing and learning and creating with these things. Benzoin is extremely thick. Here it is. Benzoin is very thick and sticky. It looks like kind of like a glue when you see it moving in there. So I can't even describe the smell either. It's got a nice smell. I wouldn't say the smell is bad, but it's like reminds me of like mothballs. Like going to your grandma's or something. It's the weirdest thing. But I'm gonna take the dropper, squeeze out of the milliliter thing we filled here, and just start filling this with. This is the avocado oil. Remember, we are using that first. We have to put a decent amount of the avocado oil in there so we can dilute the oils we put in. It's like we spoke earlier. If you were to put benzoin oil, benzoin straight onto your skin, it would probably stick and do something ridiculous to your skin. I've read reviews online of people complaining because they put it in their bath and like all sorts of stuff, and it's like, yeah, well, if you have to study, because benzoin is extremely sticky, and if it sticks to the side of the tub, like, it might not come off. It's like, these things are powerful and you can't misuse them. You can. We stated this earlier. We went over this. You can do whatever you want. But that doesn't mean something won't happen, you know? So always be cautious and just look into what you do. And that's with everything. It's with everything. It ain't just this. It isn't just this. Alright. The only thing, don't buy these black ones if you're gonna buy jars like this, because I can't see the liquid, so I don't know. I have to like shine a light into it, and it's tricky. It's very tricky, because you don't want to fill it up too much and not leave yourself enough room to put all the whole recipe in of essential oils you want. I did that actually yesterday. I did that last night. No, I did that a week ago or so actually. Last night's formula was good. Those 4-ounce jars are misleading because they're so big. I'm not sure how much room I have to leave myself. So much wider. It's like 3.5 times this size. Those blue bottles I showed you. Okay. So we're probably about a little over halfway in this bottle so far. With avocado. I mean, nah, we might not even be that far, honestly. Might not even be that far. I have a towel here so I don't make a mess everywhere, because this towel is kind of the sacrificial oil towel. This is just, again, avocado oil so far. I really can't see through here at all. I'm gonna try to put this in the light over here. Alright, this isn't filled like at all, so probably 25%, quarter of the way filled. It's like a quarter. There we go. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Try to do a spill test. Yep, still needs more, but definitely heavier. That should be good. Alright, so with benzoin, again, super sticky. It's like a sap. It's like a glue. I'll try to take this real quick right here so you can see the inside. Let me get in the light. It is so like viscous and just thick. It's thick oil. So you gotta be cautious with it. Extremely cautious. It's gonna take me a moment to reapply that. I probably am gonna have to refocus it. There we go. Hopefully it don't fall. There we go again with the hoping. Alright. Benzoin, you can heat this up to make this less sticky also. But I've just tended to leave it. There we go. Just one little drop of that, dude. Or dudette, or whatever you go by. Because this stuff is so sticky. And just so viscous, it'll blend to a degree. Smell-wise. Not really in terms of like potency and effectiveness, but it's nuts. Benzoin is just one of those oils that it acts like a binding agent, you know? You could probably, I don't know, benzoin is interesting. It's one of the ones I need to look into more. So just one drop of that is all I did there. But it was one thick drop and it was long, so it's probably really like 3. So we'll list it as 3. Since it's so sticky, you can't do one single drop unless you heat it up, which I'm in the attic and I could do a few things to heat it up, but I'm not waiting for that long. I'd rather just do it as is. So, well, yeah, I need this right now. So now that we have benzoin, that was just one drop, well, 3 drops. So that's 0.5%. 3 drops, comma, 0.5%. Alright, so benzoin is the first ingredient, and since me and this person already did some research together, and we already know a few of the other oils that are well used and well studied for anti-aging and skincare, and frankincense and myrrh being those 2, so I don't need to I'll look them up and just explain the benefits to you of those two real quick. Those are also the gifts I believe the 3 magi gave to Jesus when he was. Let me pull it up because I know it's in here. Frankincense is a spiritual oil that figured prominently in ancient religions and cultures. Ancient Babylonians and Assyrians burned frankincense during religious ceremonies, and Egyptians used the treasure resin for perfumes and salves. It was also the source of the trendy black eyeliner for ancient Egyptian women. It comes from a shrubby tree, and it adapted to dry, desolate environments, but here, let me find myrrh, because I think myrrh in the book is where they talk about. Yeah, the ancient myrrh is known in Christianity as one of 3 gifts, along with frankincense and gold, that the Magi bestowed upon the infant Jesus. Myrrh was revered for its rejuvenating and cleansing properties and was used in temple fumigations and for embalming by the Egyptians. Myrrh and frankincense, especially together, great. That's the original peace sign. But no, so frankincense has a bunch of benefits, and they list them here in a more detailed manner, but here's popular uses just so I can sum it up faster. Frankincense oil helps with acne, arthritis, asthma, colds, coughs, depression, fatigue, headaches, indigestion, menstrual problems, nausea, rheumatism, scar stress, and wounds. So it's a good list, and then let's go to myrrh real quick, just so I can explain these two. Again, this book lists benefits and everything, but then it sums it up in popular uses for you. Myrrh oil is good for acne, amenorrhea, or amenorrhea, I'm not sure, probably still butchered it either way, asthma, athlete's foot, bronchitis, coughs, dyspepsia or dyspepsia, flatulence, gingivitis, leukorrhea, poor appetite, and thrush. Thrush is candida of the mouth. So yeah, that's myrrh and frankincense. So they're both good for the skin, and that's what we're going for here, some skin. And they're both calming. They both have a pretty relaxing smell. Myrrh is more earthy and more like kind of dirty and raw. It's more like a Mother Nature kind of smell. And frankincense is just like, let me smell it and try to describe it. Is this it? Yup. It's like flowery. I can't describe that smell. It just smells really good. Yeah, it smells really good. So these two, we'll start with frankincense. I'm running out of frankincense here. So I'm gonna shoot for a 4% to 5% dilution here. Or, maybe in between 3 to 5%. So around 18 to 30 drops. Maybe I'll do like 20. 3.5% or so. I don't know. Come on. This bottle's low. Alright, so 3 drops out of that bottle. That's done. I need to get more frankincense, because this one's going to be done soon too. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Let's go for 27. So we're at 25, 26, 27. So that is a 4.5% percentage of frankincense in this blend. 4.5%. 27 drops. I do that because 4% is 24 drops, 5% is 30. So in between, the average in between. And then the average in between being half would be probably 4.5%. I don't know if that math is right. Just real world math. Wasn't too good at math in school. Slept on myself there. Never really absorbed. So that is 27 drops. Myrrh, I'm gonna shoot for the same thing. If not a little more or a little less. Myrrh, again, myrrh and frankincense, they both were like used together and not used together. They both were gifted to Jesus apparently together, and they both work really well together. So if you do have both of them, I would suggest using them because they are really good. Here's more myrrh. Here's bigger myrrh. Yeah, again, myrrh is like woodsy, like earthy, very earthy. Wow, the phone won't even tell me how long I can record for, but again, ran out of space. Hopefully what I deleted is enough. But we ended on myrrh and dyspepsia or dyspepsia, flatulence, gingivitis, leucaria, poor appetite, and thrush. Thrush is candida of the mouth. That's what that is. But myrrh is used for a plethora of things. So now we are on to, so far these are the base notes. Well, myrrh I believe is a middle, but let's see. Yeah, myrrh is a middle note. But now we are on to now we're on the middle notes. And as we stated, we are going for an anti-aging cream. So let me angle this a little bit better here. No. Come on, you can do it. There we go. There we go. So, next ingredient, base note, middle note, and a top note. Those are just the notes. Think of it like layers. Base, middle, top. So, top is going to be what you smell first, but what also disappears the quickest in the air and on your skin and everything. Not necessarily, I'm not sure if it will absorb quickest into your skin, but in terms of smell, it's what will fade the fastest, usually. So, now we're on to what was I looking into earlier? Calendula. Calendula, this is good for your skin. And just, it's good for a lot of stuff, but we're gonna put some of that in here. Oh, lavender. That's the other thing, that's what I was thinking of. Okay. We're gonna put a generous amount of calendula and lavender, just because this is supposed to be an anti-aging cream. Or potion, not potion, but just oil, cream, topical tonic, what we went through this, you know. But it's meant to be 4, 5, 6, potent, and that means some things will need to be a generous amount. about 26 drops. We're gonna do 30. We're gonna do 5% Calendula. 30 drops. Try to, if you get essential oils with this kind of dropper, try to squeeze out all of the oil when you put it back in if you don't have another kind of lid, because I've read online that these aren't good for the oils, which kind of makes sense because it leaves remnants in the, it's just better if it's like this with just a normal lid. So that is Calendula. We did 30 drops of that, so a 5% dilution. Pretty strong. That's what we're going for though. It's meant to tighten up skin and lessen wrinkles, be for mature skin, because this is for an older person, so this is to boost collagen and other things. It should definitely provide some sustenance for their skin, for their face, depending on if they treat their body right in other perspectives. So Calendula, and we're going to go with lavender. That's the next one. Lavender's just great. Lavender smells amazing. It just does a lot. Oh, lavender's beautiful. This will shoot for about 4 to 5%, so 24 drops or so. A buyer beware guide too. Make sure you look into the company, and if they don't provide information on where they're located, where the products are sourced, no certifications on if it's organic, what it was grown with, or anything of that nature, do not buy from them. And just read reviews and really read, because some of these companies, you'll just end up getting perfumes and fragrance and chemicals that will actually damage your skin. So, and another tip, most of these oils don't apply to your skin by themselves. You will cause a rash, you will like get little bumps or something on your skin, because most of the time they're too strong to apply directly onto the skin. Like, you can't just apply citronella onto your skin straight up. You can, we stated this stuff earlier, but you know, doesn't mean there won't be a reaction. And like, you got to do a patch test too of any new oils. So lavender, we did in between 4 to 5%, so I'd say like 27 to 28 drops. So that's about 4.5%. Alright, so the next ingredient, I think in this part, would be rose otto. Rose otto is also known as damask rose, D-A-M-A-S-K rose. Pretty sure it's fairly expensive. Rose otto. I got this brand. I don't necessarily. I'm just not sure on it. I mean, I've used it in the other potions so far in oil, so I do think that it's actually, it's something. It's working. I mean, it's always something. Alright, this is the speed run. Final part. It's getting too long. So, the last part we just did was rose otto. And what I was getting at is, I'm not sure if I trust that brand. It's a little off-putting. I've used it in other things. That's why I used a high amount in this potion, because I really want to see if it's effective. So we'll see, and if it's not, then I won't buy from them again, and chances are it's some fake stuff. So, rose otto, the video ended, so I couldn't explain what I did next. Manuka, we put 12 drops of this in there, so that's 2%. Yeah, it's 2% dilution. So, 12 drops, 2%. And then now we're getting into top notes. We're reaching the end. So I think really all I have for top notes for this blend, we're gonna throw in a tiny bit of peppermint. Let me make sure. I want to see if peppermint has skin benefits. I know it does, but I want to see if it helps tighten skin and whatnot. It should be around here. Peppermint. Helps heal acne, asthma, colic, Crohn's disease, fatigue, flatulence, indigestion, irritable bowel syndrome, muscle and joint pain, nausea, neuralgia, yeah, I'm messing that up. Rheumatism, sciatica, and cystinitis, sinusitis? Huh. Sinusitis. But yeah. Microbes apply to inflamed skin, peppermint. We'll do 3 to 6 drops. So 0.5% of it to 1% of peppermint. Just a little bit. Oh. Peppermint. 3 to 6 drops. Woo! Strong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go for a 1%. And then Mandarin. It's the last ingredient. As long as I'm correct with my my theory here, flipped right to it. So Mandarin's been used for a while, and the Chinese value it extremely highly, but not extremely highly, but extremely, they value it extremely. So essential oil improves skin conditions such as acne, cellulite, and wrinkles. Of all the citrus oils, Mandarin has the sweetest fragrance and is often called the quote-unquote happy oil for its superbly calming effect. Popular uses of Mandarin, I just skipped some of the text there, that didn't end there. Popular uses: Mandarin oil heals acne, age spots, cramps, depression, hiccups, insomnia, oily skin, scars, stress, and wrinkles. Mildly phototoxic. So that's something I need to look into and see how phototoxic studies have been. See how studies have been done to show the phototoxicity of Mandarin. But we're going to load it up with Mandarin regardless. We're going to do like 4% here. A good amount. Just because of the cellulite factors and the wrinkles and just the anti-aging benefits of it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 30. We went for a 5%. That's a lot. It's a lot of Mandarin. Alright, we still recording? Yes, we are. So, this is the formula. It's tonic / potions. The date, July 30th, now the 31st. Anti-aging / skincare. Size is 1 ounce, 30 milliliters. Constituents, in order from base, middle to top. Benzoin, 3 drops, 0.5%. This is out of 1 ounce, 30 milliliters. Benzoin, 3 drops, 0.5%. Frankincense, 27 drops, 4.5%. Myrrh, 28, a little over 4.5%. Calendula, 30 drops, 5%. Lavender, 27 to 28 drops, 4.5%. Rose Otto, 35 drops, 5.5%. Manuka, 12 drops, 2%. Peppermint, 3 to 6 drops. Well, it was 6, so let me edit that. It was 6 drops, 1%. So, the last being Mandarin, 30 drops, 5%. Certain things are a top note, and you want them to be at the end because it's just the order of things, and that's the way they need to be placed. And like, you wouldn't put peppermint as the base and then throw benzoin and frankincense. It would just mess up the blend, and it wouldn't. Because when you apply it on your skin, you'll smell Mandarin. Like, let's say you applied this onto your skin, this anti-aging cream, and at first you'll smell most likely some peppermint, the Mandarin, maybe a little hint of lavender, and the rose, some Manuka. You'll get hints of all of that, hints of all of it. But then after a while, it'll be like the main constituents. The roses gets overpowered, I've noticed, in a lot of these blends. So rose you might not smell, but the lavender, the calendula, frankincense, and myrrh, those are good. The frankincense and myrrh are going to be the ones that stick around the longest. If you put a lot of benzoin in, that stuff stinks. I have my own potion of benzoin that is just, it's what's holding up the phone, like I stated earlier. It's ridiculous. Benzoin, like I said earlier, it's so sticky, and it kind of acts like coconut oil by itself. If coconut oil was cold enough to be solidified, and it's not in liquid form. So yeah, that's the process. That's it. It took a series of videos and parts to explain all that, but you can do this with insect stuff, sunburn, insect meaning repellent. You know, you can make your own little potions for your skin and whatnot, and also to keep your skin healthy on top of being insect repellent. Sunburn, cramps, muscle pains, massages could be used for a lot. And then internally, but you have to be much more careful with that. That's where things get a lot more tricky, and I'm not even sure if you can really consume these oils internally. But for aromatherapy and various other therapeutic things, it's kind of the way to go. It just feels the best, and does a lot for you. So that's that, and that's it's the whole process. There's a bunch of oils. I would have thrown this in there, but I'm running low and I need to get some more of it. Blue tansy. This is one of my favorites. It smells just exquisite. The leftover myrrh. That's the second time I would have broken / dropped a bunch of stuff. Yeah, bergamot. That I didn't put on. This smells fantastic. Oh, it smells like, I can't even describe that.